big production here tonight of young adolescents putting on song, dance, and speech.
Is that
a
right?
wonderful expression addressing the cultural concerns, the political and the social concerns, and how young people they interpret it, and how they see planning the way forward and giving inspiration and really opening a lot of our eyes to a lot of things. It was a socially conscious message for an hour and a half. It was all about love and compassion and family and which way the nation needs to go, which way the world is going now, but which way the nation really needs to go and what young people are willing to do and sacrifice and saying this is the direction it should be, and they're willing to make the sacrifices to make sure we bring it to those conclusions that sustains democracy and allows for the growth of a diverse society and expressions of people no matter who they are, but we're all God's children and we all have a right to this, not only this country but this world.
Now, let me ask you, you was talking a lot about the direction that the culture needs to go. Specifically, exactly what direction do you think that is?
Well, it's certainly the opposite of the way it's going now. The general trend of divisiveness, indifference, hostility, us against them. That we can't sustain the earth. We can't sustain this nation nor any other environment with that type of divisive rhetoric that we see in the mainstream of America today. The racism, the homophobia, the anti-Semitism, just the divisiveness that's going on in the country and in the world.
So do you think this is more of an event about bringing all cultures and all people together?
I think so, but it's through art. It's through art. And I think the Performing Visual Arts Academy and many in entertainment actually have been doing that for years, not only now, back during the Civil Rights era, and even before that, there was always an expression through art, through those expressions to say, identify what the trends were and what people were thinking.
Looking at our ancestors, as well as the people today that deal with so much common oppression on a constant, ongoing basis, do you think that our ancestors who went through so much oppression would side with the mentality of gathering all people together who oppressed us for so many years?
If they saw what was going on here tonight, our ancestors would be pleased, I believe. And I'm a baby boomer, so I'm one of the old persons in the neighborhood.
What do you think would have pleased them about gathering all people together?
The fact that these young people today standing up and giving a message, talking about the struggle of their ancestors and what their ancestors gave to the world and to this country, and they're intended to continue in that legacy of giving and promoting what's right and promoting what's good and promoting what's just and promoting really what God would want in this world.
What do you think that God wants?
God wants peace and harmony and understanding, and that we can live together in a compassionate environment of love and understanding and kindness and appreciation for one another, and even appreciation for our differences. We're made in the nation, tribes, and families. We say in Islam that we may la ta'arafu, that we may know each other. So we are different, but it's not for us to be different. It is for us to recognize one another through our differences.
Right. It's very interesting that you say that, right? Us being who we are, you see what I'm saying? We an Israelite organization. ISBK started since 1969, and we do everything in our power to push black culture back on our people because it's something that was stripped from us historically. Even today, our culture is always colonized, taken away from us. So we do everything in our power to return our biblical culture to our people, right? And apologies. But you believe that the best way to bring our culture back is by inviting in the same people that oppressed us historically?
No, we're talking about inviting in people of right mind, of kindred spirits. No, it's not a matter now, but educating those who would oppress. I think we deserve them to wake them up from the sleep and from the darkness that they're living in. I think we deserve them, or at least give them that opportunity, but not inviting them. We're not expecting them to carry the load. This is our responsibility.
What load?
Excuse me?
You said expecting them to carry the load. What load in particular?
The load for liberation of the human mind, the liberation of the human spirit. That's probably going to come from those who are oppressed in the human spirit. Privilege is least observed by those who benefit from the privilege. The privilege are always blind to their privilege. And so to wake them up to a privilege that they're denying everyone else, that's a responsibility. Now, it does mean resurfacing the history and the ancestry of our people. And while I'm a practicing Muslim, I applaud the fact that what you say your effort is to bring people back to the consciousness of the history of their people and their culture.
Yes,
That's
sir.
admirable, and I applaud that. And I say keep up the good work.
I just got two more questions for you. The God that you serve, I know you said you follow the Muslim faith. Is your God a just God?
He's a Rahman Rahim. He's most merciful, most gracious. It's idle. He is the just God. That's actually one of God's attributes, is the just one. That's why we have
Being
justice,
just.
because God is just.
What do you think justice is for a people that has been constantly oppressed and colonized in the eyes of God?
Gaining the opportunity to have freedom of expressions and freedom of their humanity, freedom to worship God the way they choose. I think all of those things are qualities that God would appreciate among human beings.
So after colonization and culture being stripped from them and taken from them, God's justice is just allowing those same people to just express themselves.
Not express themselves, but live a life of that expression without repression, without oppression, without being denied that, but freedom of that, and not have to worry about that as a concern. That we should, that's a gift given to everyone. Actually, the Constitution of this nation says that. Mm-hmm. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all human beings are created and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among which is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, our goal is to say, okay, man, let's live up to that.
But none of God's justice will be a reciprocation of the same oppression that was given unto his people?
God's justice is when his people have an opportunity to be who they are and who he created them to be. That's God's justice.
Absolutely, I understand. Once again, who am I here with?
Mujahid Ramadan, and we're just beginning, actually, that's my last name, but we're celebrating tonight begins the first night of the month of Ramadan fast. Mm-hmm. And so to the practicing Muslims who are fasting, we like to say Ramadan Mubarak, have a blessed Ramadan. And to you and yourself and your brothers, all of you who are engaged here, keep up the good work. We applaud that, because anything we can do good, no matter what we identify ourselves of, it's good before God, it's good for human beings, okay?
Absolutely. Once again, this is the ISBK Boots from the Ground series. I appreciate you expressing, you know what I'm saying, what it is you teach. We say shalom, yahabashim, yashabrakatah. To all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here in America, the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and we will continue to hit the streets and make it our business to let our people know that what happened in our history is wrong, and the justice of God will be enslaving the same people who oppressed us. And with that, shalom.
I rap, I'm black on tracks, I'm rest assured.